Hello there, YouTubers. This is CD Mangaka giving you guys a domination on the map of WMD. Spoiler alert, this will be a flawless gameplay. This is my third take doing this commentary. I had different gameplay lined up, but it wasn't working out so well, and I'm just going to have to do it later. I'm going to try this gameplay out to see if it will work this time. Regardless, information that you actually probably didn't need to know at all. But anyways, I apologize. Today's commentary is going to be focusing on being a teenager, actually, and that will sound weird at first, but let me clarify. It's something I've been having in my mind for the past couple of days, and I just want to get like some thoughts and opinions about it, and I also just kind of wanted to discourse my attitude toward, you know, how I spend my adolescence and how I think other people spend their adolescence and blah 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 blah. A little bit of a compare thing going on right now, but basically, in my mind, in my little world, in my head, I can divide up two different lifestyles, I'll say. Two different objectives, just two different ways of being a teenager, alright? And this kind of sounds a little bit of a brief, like, view, like, CD, what are you talking about, only two? There's a lot of ways to be a teenager, isn't there? Let me just elaborate the point. Two main patriarchal sections of being a teenager, and the first one is kind of just like the easygoing teenager. This is the teenager who would spend most of his time not really worrying too much about the future. This is the teenager who doesn't really know what he wants to be when he grows up. He's not too concerned about like what college classes he's taking, or like what job or where he's gonna live, or what's gonna turn out. He's kind of more or less living in the present moment. You know, he's got that test tomorrow that he's got to take. He's trying to cram in as much fun as he can. It's this encore to childhood, alright? He's dealing with his stuff today. He's gonna get stuff out of the way so that he or she, I should include girls are teenagers too, by the way, alright? How they're going to, basically they're just trying to have an encore to childhood, and they're just going to try and have fun, and getting the time of play that they can't get when they're grown up, when they're an adult. You know, when you're an adult, you can't do a lot of things. You can't go to, you know, midnight parties at midnight anymore. You can't always do this and that. You can't, you know, mindlessly go out and buy fast food or whatever. They're going to just spend their adolescence, I'm going to just say adolescence from now on, just kind of having the fun that they can have, that they can't have now, in the future, that they can't have in the future, clarify, as well as also have fun that they couldn't before. You know, when you get a car and when you grow up and you like certain things refine and you can do certain things, you start to just, you know, try and have fun in different ways that you couldn't before. You know, like it's like going out with friends on like a Saturday night, driving down to like a bowling alley, or going mini golfing with a whole bunch of friends on your own free time, on your own free will, and having all sorts of just stuff. The other way of being a teenager, okay, so we have the first way, encore to childhood. The other way of being a teenager is kind of like, this is not so much an encore to childhood as it is the preliminary warm-up to being an adult. This is how the main overarching goal of this time period of being a teenager is to prepare myself for the future. This is like taking harder classes, getting college credit when I'm in high school rather than waiting till I get to college. This is me planning out my career now, gunning for it, getting credit, you know, getting experience in this field, getting ready for that career field, all sorts of other stuff. But basically, your overarching goal, you always have the future in mind. You know, I'm like this. I am always been a guy who plans out his future, who I've already established that, you know, I want to have, you know, I want to be a history professor by the time I am, excuse me, 28. I want to have my PhD when I'm 28 in history. I want to go teach history at a college. I want to, you know, probably get married around the time I get my master's degree. I don't want to have kids until I get my PhD. That way I don't have to go back. I can already have a good job and give them a good income, a supporting income, that is, for my family. And I am just, that's my whole goal though. I mean, I don't want to be a teenager. I want to be grown up. I hate being a teenager. Being a teenager sucks. You got curfew, you got high school to deal with, you got like, you just don't, ugh. I really want to be a dad. Not right now though. I don't want to go out and get a girl pregnant tonight like I could and raise a family. No, I want to get to that point. I want to be 24 and I want to have a family. I want to be established in my career field and doing what I want to do with my life. That's my overarching goal. I don't want to be stuck in teenagerville. I want to be grown up. Alright, so that's the two overarching points of, you know, how to spend your teenager. Wow, I keep on saying that. How to spend your adolescence. Encore to childhood, where you soak up, you know, doing things that you can do only as a teenager for the most part, not really worrying too much about your future. and then, you know, preparing for the future. Now, there is going to be a varying degree in it. I'm not saying that you're either totally focused on your future and I got all this planned out, or you're just like totally laid back, I don't care. There's going to be varying degrees, okay? I may be focused on like my future, but I still like to go out and have fun with my friends. You know, CD, you have friends, trolls, links manager in the comment section of this video. Yeah, but I mean, I like to go out and hang out with the guys. I like to do all this stuff, but I don't always just like to do dumb things, alright? I just do stuff that, you know, I would personally find fun, and that may or may not relate to, like, the future. I mean, mainly, I just hang out with friends to hang out with my friends, with my close pals. That's really all I do, hang out. I don't go to parties to go to a party. I don't go to dances to go to dances. I just, you know, have some good friends, and I want to chill with them, and I'll just do something with them, alright? Because they're close to me. That's how I'll spend my time with them. And now, while there is no right or wrong way to spend your adolescence, I'm finally saying the word adolescence, not teenagerhood, whatever. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Either way is perfectly fine. It's up to you. It's your personal choice. And I mean, you know, granted, they both have their perks. You spend your adolescence preparing for the future. You're going to be one step ahead of them. I'll have my PhD about 4 years before my friends down here, where I say 4 years because a lot of my friends are going to be gone on a whole 2-year mission thing, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll get back, and then I'll be 2 years ahead of them. And I'm already 2 years ahead of them now because I'm doing early college. So that's an additional 2 years. So I'm 4 years ahead of all my friends in school, or at least I will be in the future. There's that perk. Well, at the same time, I can say I have never been, like, to a party. I've never pulled an all-nighter with my friends, and I'll never will be able to, especially once I'm, you know, gone into the real world. So there's perks, you know, either way. It's your own value, or how you want to spend it.
Spy planes in the air.
But, I mean, that's kind of like the overall feel, and I mean, it's a pet peeve of mine to kind of interact with people who kind of intrude on areas of my life that I take seriously, whereas they don't. Like, when it comes to this improv club that we started at school, an improv club studying how to do long-form improv, creating characters on the spot, and not necessarily, like, doing jokes, but it's just, like, creating scenes on the spot. There was a whole bunch of people who showed up on the first day who didn't take it seriously. They're just like, let's go do the improv club. That's fine, they're just having fun, but it kind of intrudes on my territory. But that's something I'll get into later. I'll talk about Improv Club later, actually. Anyways, though, we're coming near the end of this video. 36-0 flawless. I hope you enjoyed the video. And your thoughts about, you know, how to spend adolescence. Your thoughts on how you spend it. I mean, like, how do you personally spend it? Are you the kind of guy who prepares for the future more than he does you kind of mess around? Are you the kind of guy who kind of blends the two together? Do you have friends who you can easily identify as them doing this or that? Do you think it's weird that the person who doesn't do the same kind of adolescent spending, I'll say, as you do, weird? I mean, let's just sound it off in the comment section. Let's just have a little fun talk here. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Have a beautiful Labor Day. Come on, it's Labor Day. Party out like an animal.